Hi, I am Dr. Yeliz Eseryel, and I would like to introduce my research called IT-enabled knowledge creation. But before making my presentation, let me introduce myself briefly and talk about what inspired my research and teaching in general. I'm currently a tenured assistant professor at the University of Groningen in the Netherlands. I've been there since 2009 in the Department of Innovation Management and Strategy. I had a business administration degree, and with the e-commerce boom, actually before e-commerce boom, when it first came out, I was so excited about it. I've been reading about what has been happening in the U.S. because there wasn't much happening in Europe at the time. Therefore, I came to US to do my master's in information management, and I worked with professors such as Ralph Wiggand, who was the head of Center for Digital Commerce at the time. Concurrently, I also did my MBA, went out to the field to work in the field and get some experience, then came back for my PhD in information science and technology. My industry experience constitute IT consulting, and project management. I worked for companies such as Welch Allen, which was a medical device manufacturer, U.S. Department of Transportation, Booz Allen Hamilton. But I also worked closely with companies such as PricewaterhouseCoopers and Capgemini Ernst & Young. I implemented different IT processes and systems, and most majorly, we've implemented SAP in US, Canada, and Europe as part of my latest job at Welch Allen. I'm certified in production and inventory management as well. While my industry experience shapes very closely both my teaching and my research, what we have done most often was either come up with new business processes or implement a new technology. But as a result, we had to, if we started with a business process, we had to then add on a technology. Or if we implemented a technology, then we had to change the business processes a lot. So for me, it makes a lot of sense that these two go hand in hand. But what makes full success is the enablement of the right structures in the company. So when I say right structures, I'm talking about organizational hierarchy, the culture, the norms, etc. I actually look at information systems as a combination of social system and technical system. You might remember these from some of your IS courses. Information system, social aspect of it is the structure and the people, and the technical aspect of the IS constitutes technology and the process. So I use this definition and I incorporate it in how I design, for example, a basic MIS course. Let me show you an outline of a basic MIS course that I've been teaching. So on the left, you see the company strategy. Company strategy is always the starting point for information systems. So good information system strategy is one that works hand in hand with the company strategy. So I would actually cover how IS and how IT strategy and company strategy work hand in hand in the first week. Later on, I will take on each component of information systems and cover that area. For example, there would be, from the process point of view on the lower right-hand side, I would look at business process engineering. I would cover it in class, do a re-engineering assignment with complementing technology, and then move on to another area such as IT project management from the technology area. I cover things like IT governance in structure and global collaboration from the people aspect of information systems. This way of looking at information systems also influenced my research. So my current research focuses on how innovative teams, global teams, use technology, process, and structures together to innovate. And my past research looks at various aspects of these three. For example, I have papers on knowledge creation, how leadership emerges in innovative communities and teams, how decision making shows itself in open source software teams, how global virtual teams coordinate themselves, how do they communicate, how do they collaborate and work together. What I find in general is that these global innovation teams, they actually show some similarities with general team literature, but because of the use of the technology and differentiation in the structures, um, the theories on knowledge creation or leadership or decision making actually should be updated for this setting, and that's what my research does. My research context is global teams and open innovation teams, and my research goal is to answer the question of how do global teams combine technology processes and structures to innovate. And secondly, because I'm business minded, I always ask myself this question. Well, what can companies learn from it? So my second question is always, how can we create the structures to transfer this knowledge I gained from my research to teams in other settings?